What's up guys, Shawnthebro here, and we're back for another episode of our tutorials. In today's episode we are going to be going over setting up a Git repository, and Git is a form of source control, so this will allow us to commit changes that we have so that we can save our progress and share it with others. I'm a fan of both Git and Perforce, and I have episodes on Perforce already, and we put our fighting game on Perforce, and I have all of my series on local repositories. That way I can save and track all of my progress at all times. I figured we shouldn't just limit ourselves to Perforce. Many people prefer using Git or only want to use Git for their projects, and I want to show support for that as well. So this is going to be a getting started with Git. The first thing you're going to want to do is just go to github.com. You'll want to go to the sign up button. Here you'll create your account with your email, password, username, region, preferences, all the basic stuff that you would typically have. If you have an account already, you can sign in. I already have one, so I'm going to sign in. You'll get to this page, just enter your information like you would. Once you've signed up or signed in, you'll come back to github.com and you'll get your dashboard here. Here you have your profile, your organizations, and your repositories. These repositories are either things that you've been invited to, worked on, or looked at. You can see I have a few here, but this account I don't really use not until now. That's why we're setting up our projects on here. Let's go to our profile. If you go to your icon in the top right corner here, you can go to profile. In this section, you'll see all the information about your profile, whatever you filled out, your organizations, and your repositories. You can see that I don't have any active repositories right now. None that are public anyway, and my private ones really aren't anything. One was a school project, and another is actually an empty project that just has a README in it. For today's episode, we are going to be adding repositories for each of our projects, or I should say whatever projects you want to add as a repository. You can press new to add one here. You can create a repository here by making the name, the description, choosing your visibility, and a few other settings. This is a perfectly valid and reasonable way to do it. But I want to show you another option as well. Just like I did with Perforce, I want to go through the desktop application. If you're familiar with Git, you'll know that there's a ton of ways to use it. You can use different Git clients such as Gitkraken, GitHub Desktop, and a lot more. Some people also prefer just using the terminal, especially if you work in something like Linux instead of Windows. I'm pretty basic. I just like to use GitHub Desktop a lot of the time, but I've used a lot of different software and they've all been good for their own purposes. So feel free to look around and pick one that you want. If you go to this link here though, desktop.github.com/download, you can go to the official GitHub Desktop page. Then you can download it here. So download for Windows 64-bit. I already have GitHub Desktop, however I decided I would download a new version and set it up with you guys today. So once you have your downloaded file, go ahead and double click it to start it up or run your executable. Then you'll be asked to sign in to github.com or GitHub Enterprise. You can also create your account here or actually skip signing in altogether, but we're going to sign in. You should get a pop-up here to verify the session, and you want to continue as the signed-in user. At this point, you'll have to authorize GitHub Desktop with your Git account. And if you use something else like Gitkraken, you will also have to go through this process because you just have to link them so that Git knows that it can provide your information to these clients. GitHub Desktop is a well-known one. That means I'm going to go ahead and authorize it. Then GitHub Desktop will be connected to your Git. You'll get to this page where you can use your GitHub account name and email address. The name will be automatically filled based on your username on Git, but the email can be changed between your different emails that you have here. You may have public and private emails on your Git account. Feel free to look through this list and pick the one that you want to associate with commits and such. Then select Finish. At this point, we're ready to get started so we can create our repository. Again, we can do this part on github.com by going to Repositories and making a new one by pressing this button here. Or you can do this through GitHub Desktop. On GitHub Desktop, you would go to create a new repository on your local drive. Either option is perfectly valid. If you're using GitHub Desktop, you'll probably want to go to add an existing repository from your local drive. This will allow you to go to your file browser and select the folder that you want to start tracking. If you're on github.com, you'll create the repository and then you'll connect to it and push files to it. Very similar process either way. If I wanted to make one on github.com, I would come here and let's say third person tutorial series. This repository name is available. We can fill out our description. I'll come up with a more realistic description for this later, but the third person action RPG tutorial series. Let's call our repository third person action RPG tutorial series. It's kind of long-winded, but now we're being specific about what this is. The visibility can be public or private. If it's public, anyone can see it and you can give access to commit to it. If it's private, not everyone can see it and you need to give people access to commit to it. I'm going to make these private. We can add a README. If you're not familiar with READMEs, these are basically a manual or a guide when you download a project or install an application. It tells you basic things that you should know, getting started, getting set up, all that good stuff. Gitignore. Gitignores are files that tell Git what they can and can't track. So for example, if I have generated files, such as save files, and I don't want to track them in Git and push them up to the repo, in the Gitignore, I could specify saying I don't want to have files of this type tracked by Git. You can come here and select one by default. Like you could scroll down to Unreal Engine and select an Unreal Engine Gitignore. We can also just make a Gitignore on our own. We don't need to use a template. However, in my experience, these can be pretty helpful. We'll keep this as no Gitignore for now, not to complicate things. We can always add them later. And then licenses. Licenses are very important if your work is licensed or if you're using other work that is licensed, so that when people pull your project, they know what license they need. Some licenses, like Creative Commons, are for use for everyone, but others may require certain things before they can actually be used. We don't need a license in this case, so we can just go ahead and create the repository like this. Now we get this repository. This is actually all we need to start pushing things to it. If we are to use GitHub Desktop, what we can do is select add an existing repository from your local drive. Then for the local path, we hit choose or type it out. Here I'm in my Unreal Projects folder, and I can select something like my FPS tutorial for this one. Select that folder. Then I have my path to this folder, and I can select add repository. At this point, GitHub Desktop is going to say this directory does not appear to be a Git repository. Would you like to create a repository instead? And now we can do the same thing that we did on github.com. We put our name of our repository. This would be our first person shooter tutorial series. For the description, we say the first person shooter tutorial series. We have our local path here. We can allow this repo to have a README, just like we did on github.com. We can choose the Gitignore if we want, like the default to Unreal Engine, but I'll leave it as none, and we don't need to set a license either. Then it says a repository will be created at, and it's the path of the series. We can now go ahead and create the repository. So the two methods I just showed you basically came up with the same result, just two different repositories. And we can see this if we go back to our profile and look at our repositories. We will see our third-person action RPG tutorial series. This is the one we made on github.com, but we don't see our first-person shooter tutorial series, and that's because this is a local repository. We have to publish the repository if we want to make that visible to others. And we could do that right here on GitHub Desktop by selecting Publish Repository. This is the name of the repository. This is the description. The organization doesn't need to be any. It can just be relative to our user, which is what it is right now, although we may make an organization later. And by checking keep this code private, this makes it a private repository, just like our third-person action RPG is. And we can publish the repository. At this point, if we refresh github.com, we will have our repository here. Now to make something cleaner so we don't make this confusing, I'm going to remove this third-person template that we have right here. Okay, so you can see that I deleted this, and now I just have one old repo and our two new repos that we created for this episode. The next thing we'll want to do is add our projects to these repos and push our code up. That'll be our next episode in the Getting Started with Git tutorial series. This video is in no way an ad for my GitHub account, but if you'd like to follow me on there, you can. This is where I will be posting content on there, even though I haven't posted content on that account as of yet. And if you'd like me to check out any of your repos, it'll be easy for me to just follow you back and look at them on there. I just figured I'd throw this in case anyone was interested. I also wanted to confirm that this is my official GitHub account. That way we're not looking at copycats or anything like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and learning how to make Git repositories. and getting started with GitHub and GitHub Desktop. If you did and it helped you, please subscribe. It benefits the channel a lot, and it lets me know that you guys are interested in this content, and it will also notify you when new content of this type comes out. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone supporting the Patreon and the YouTube membership and Discord subscriptions. Thank you guys for all the love and support. I appreciate you so much. You guys are awesome. If you ran into any problems following this tutorial or setting up a GitHub repo, feel free to reach out to me in the comments or in the Discord community. I would be happy to help you get set up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Shawnthebro, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.